First off, this video is brought to you by Fidelo Magnetic Clip Wallet. The only wallet you'll ever need. Secondly, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns and what's transpired this afternoon at 4:25. The Cleveland Browns played the Indianapolis Colts, and first drive of the game, the Browns go down and I think get a field goal. And right from the get-go, Kevin Stefanski recognizes that the Colts front is just tough to run on, so he turns it into a passing game. That's what I like about the Browns. They're like the Patriots in the aspect is they're a running team. However, that doesn't dictate they're going to run every week. It changes from game to game. Stefanski kept the team on an even keel. The Browns raced out to a 20-10 halftime lead. The Colts went right down the field. Like in every game, they scored, like every team does against the Browns early on. And the Browns got their bearings. So the Browns get a 20-10 halftime lead. Mayfield played excellent in the first half, hitting mostly all his targets. Running game was iffy, but they had a great front, and they were prepared to stop the run. They had the number one ranked defense in the National Football League. Second half ensues. And I will state this right now for Franklin W. Reich. If you were smart, you would have went to Jacoby Brissett. Phillip Rivers gives you zero chance to win a game. He's not mobile, and he's just not a good quarterback at this juncture of his life. Second half goes out, and Rivers, on cue, throws an interception. Pick six. The Browns go out to a 27-10 lead. Game looks like it's over. The ensuing kickoff, they return it. Our special team lets us down. 27-17. The ensuing possession, Baker Mayfield throws an interception. They capitalize to get a field goal, 27-20. The old Browns would have folded. They would have succumbed to the pressure, and we would have got beat somewhere like 45-27. With this Browns team, you know what they do? They get a safety, and they get a field goal, and they play good, hard-nosed defense under Kevin Q. Stefanski. One thing about the Cleveland Browns you'll notice under this new coach is they're very well coached, very well prepared. No penalties. What, 2 penalties today? Very disciplined team. I mean, if you're a Browns fan and you watch other good teams play, you're looking at them, you're like take for instance the Steelers, right? You're like, man, they just such a sound football team. Now the Cleveland Browns are a sound football team. They really are. I mean, they're the biggest weakness the Browns have, I hate to say it, is the quarterback position. And that will get better as the games progress. This was a big win. This was a top-rated defense in the National Football League. We hung 32 on them. And we probably could have put 40 to 50 points on them if we had a better quarterback play in the second half. But we put 30 points, four straight games. 4 straight games this Browns team did. And the defense, much maligned. They got after Phillip Rivers like he's never been got after before, especially this year. And, they held him in check. They really did. The defense played great. You take away that kickoff return in that first score, every team goes on and gets the first score on us for some reason. Take away the kick return, and we beat that team 32 to, 16 or something, 17? Something like that? Or wait, I don't know. But we beat them bad, okay? And the defense played great. They held it. I mean, the defense is very underrated. It gives up yards. The weakest part of our defense is the middle. And I believe Grant Dopert would have really filled that gap, but, he's injured. I have a thing with Stefanski being such a beast at disciplining this team and just maybe bring in Earl Thomas. I don't know. But I do like the play of Ronnie Harrison when he wasn't injured, and what's his name, too? Sheldon Redron. I like the defense a lot. I do. I like the way they play. I mean, you think they're out of it. You think the team's going to keep driving. They bend, don't break. And Myles Garrett, oh, my God. A couple of weeks ago, I was saying, we should fucking guy sucks. I was disappointed. I'm waiting for this guy just to play like a beast. Well, guess what? He's been playing like a beast all fucking year. Myles Garrett is single-handedly the most dominating defensive force I've seen in the last couple of years. He's taking over games. He's unblockable. He's unstoppable. He's unblockable, unstoppable. And he's unbelievable. The key, Larry Ogunjobi being out, too, that was a bit. Oh, don't forget Wyatt Teller. Hats off to Paul Hubbard or whatever his name was. Hubbard? Chris Hubbard? Or I forget his name, but Hubbard. Hats off to him. He filled in admirably. Didn't miss a beat. I mean, we didn't get the pancake blocks that Teller's accustomed to, but Hubbard played a great game. Great game. Offensive line had Mayfield protected great. Second half, the Colts got to him, but the first half, he was as clean as a whistle. So offensive line played great. They got some pressure in the second half, but they changed up their game plan a little bit. They said, this team's not going to run. We're going to put a lot of pressure on Baker. And they got to him a little bit. And Baker, he was inaccurate at the beginning of the game, even though they had a good first half. And in the second, he threw a couple balls that should have been picked off in the second half. His ball sails on him. Jarvis Landry missing 2 easy passes. Unbelievable. But that's just football. And even, what's his name? Odell Beckham. Boy, what a weapon he is. He played a good game. Didn't do really a lot, but he played a good game. He was basically no sighting in the second half, but that's more or less the problem of Mayfield. That's not Beckham's fault. But I love Stefanski's coaching. I really do. I love it. I just love it. I love how he has this team level. It's like they don't get too high, they don't get too low. A turnover happens, like that kick return. The old Browns would have fell apart. We'd have been beat 49-20 or something like that. It don't happen with Stefanski. This guy is a fucking leader. He's a leader. They love him. I'm really pumped up. This was a big win. And next week is going to be critical and big. I got confidence going in. I don't know if we'll beat them, but I'll tell you one thing. We're going to show up. It's going to be a big game. Big game. We're 4-1 right now. Think about that. The Cleveland Browns are 4-1. After the first game of the season, I'm not going to lie to you, I was like, oh, fuck this team. They were embarrassing. But I attribute it to the first game of the season, no preseason, very short training camp, whatever. First game, even Stefanski said he made mistakes. But what I've seen from Stefanski over the last 4 games is, oh my God, I'm in love. The guy is a beast. You're one of the greatest coaches I've ever seen. He knows how to, he's got that team disciplined. I mean, if you look at that team, it's a well-oiled machine right now. If you're an outsider and you never heard of the Cleveland Browns before, you swear that's a playoff team, isn't it? They look like a fucking different team under this guy. Penalties aren't there, the mistakes aren't there. It's unbelievable. It really is. I'm watching this. It's like, is this really the Cleveland fucking Browns? Now, granted, we're escaping with wins. We have big leads and they kind of evaporate. But the old Cleveland Browns, we'd be 0-4 right now. Or 0-5, yeah. Trust me. It's a process. And Stefanski's getting it fucking done. I like the fact that when he needs to put his foot on the pedal, he does. I actually thought at the end of the game, instead of kicking the field goal when it was 3rd down, I actually thought he was going to do a play-action pass. I did for a second. I figured this guy would do it because he's that good of a coach. Very pumped up right now. Can we beat the Steelers? Absolutely. Will we beat the Steelers? I don't know. It feels good to win, though. I'll tell you that. It does. It feels good to have a team that, just a team that's well coached. Just the way they play. And that defense, I mean, you look at it on paper. I mean, you think the defense is getting shredded. They play. They get after that quarterback. And they had some key injuries. Larry Ogunjobi being out's a big blow because he's an all-pro. He's one of the greatest defensive tackles in the game right now. That guy takes some space and he makes plays. Myles Garrett's on a different level. The linebackers are getting good. Secondary's getting good. I thought I had some pretty good play out of Denzel Ward. Held the receivers in check. Phillip Rivers. Hey, Frank Reich made some bad coaching. He should have had Brissett in there. I don't know how the Colts can actually go forward with Phillip Rivers. He sucks. He's horrible. So, we scored 32 points on the best defense in football. And right now, if we played the Ravens, it would be definitely a different story than it was earlier in the season. I'm not saying we would have won, but I will say this. The weak part of the team is Mayfield. He scares me. He does. He scares me. He can play great, but then he can play bad. Like, I thought he made a good throw to Austin Hooper. A little bit out of his reach, but I thought he should have caught it. And he was off the mark for most of the game. Most of the receivers made great catches. But he did have some nice throws, too, so. But, yeah. Oh, Rashard Higgins. Let me tell you about Rashard Higgins. He had a touchdown, right? The biggest play Rashard Higgins made, he made a key block on that run by Ernest Jackson. Oh, my God, it was a beautiful block. And he'll probably get some playing time because of that, because that's what Stefanski wants. So he made it. They're buying in. And Njoku even had some contributions. Yeah, I tell you, things looking up. Now, I know you you fucking puppets out there want the Browns to lose, so I'll be pissed off. But if we lose, I'll be pissed, but no longer do I have a laughingstock. No longer do I have a team that's undisciplined, making mistakes, shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, our defense played lights out. It really did. Our offense was in the first half, our offense was as good as it gets. Second half, we were just winning the game. Put points up when we had to. Our offense works off our defense, and the same with it's just a great feeling. So Browns are great. And I think everybody out there, all the national rep, I think the Cleveland Browns have definitely jumped in the top 5 right now. And depending on what the Titans do Tuesday, we're going to see how that goes. And Titans, I'll be honest with you, I might have to think about forfeiting some of their games. They're not following protocol. But it's about Cleveland. It's always about Cleveland. I'm fucking buttered. Yes, I'm buttered. Anyway.